what's up? I'm yours truly, speaking on Khufu's behalf, and he's left me with a few words to share with y'all today. We're not going to waste anyone's time, so I'll be speaking frankly. Let's dig in. Firstly, hats off to Pearl Abyss and their development team for recognizing not only the importance in our latest class release, but the multiple underlying factors causing the ongoing hindrance in the state of PvP these last couple years now. Not only have our developers followed up on releasing a variety of contents announced in previous balls, they've successfully stepped forth and shared their alignments in understanding the PvP community's view on their lack of success in delivering us proper PvP content. Despite the backlash from some of the community, I'm a firm believer of credits due when credits are earned. Now, with much of the community and high hopes for a brighter future of PvP content, I can honestly admit the recent speech at this December's festival was enough to bring me back to the game. Many of our PvP players have left the game, be it on and off, or altogether stopped playing for some years now since the brutal decline in PvP content and large-scale siege optimizations. Regardless of the recognition from Pearl Abyss this recent festa and regardless of anything stated about the past, present, or future plans for PvP, I will remain skeptical, very skeptical in fact. These words mean nothing. As of right now, that is all they are, words. For far too long has BDO's PvP suffered in a state of decay, unoptimized sieges, weekly. An overall scene that has bled out almost all remaining life daily. Open world rivalry gone almost completely missing. We've been left with no real reason to fight these other PvP guilds open world, because there is none. No longer do we see guild war scores between two opposing factions, and no longer do we rarely have reason to use laughing bed mountains compasses that we spend hundreds, some thousands of hours grinding to call reinforcements in a guild versus guild.
No way! No fucking shit!
The remaining community left hanging on is all in high hopes, and unfortunately again, that is all this festival's. Hope for a revival in PvP and to grant real reason behind PvE progression again. We are hoping to see change, real change. Despite the success that I will bring, our developers have grown complacent. The coding has proven lazy and much of our communities and creators' words have been swept under the rug. I rarely upload these days. I'm hoping these words won't fall on deaf ears and we can see some juicer changes for all of us to enjoy, PvE players included. If there was any time in the history of Black Desert's lifeline for a shift or true change, it is now, and here's why.
For those who have died, for those who have survived, and for those who will live on, this is our mission. I have a question.
Crimson Desert Online, among the most anticipated games of 2025, currently in development by the same developers as BDO. If you happen to be a Twitch enjoyer, you may notice a reoccurring meta for some of these high view count streamers. Kai Cenat's playthrough of Elden Ring, and all the reacts from other creators and YouTubers that came with it. Asmongold's recent playthrough of Astro Bot, 2024's Game of the Year award winner. Titles like Baldur's Gate 3, all showcased in a playthrough by these high view count creators. With the highly anticipated launch of CDO in 2025, it's no doubt we'll be seeing our favorite streamers running their playthroughs and uploading a variety of reacts to YouTube. Now, having vastly similar names from the same exact developers will inevitably push advertising toward BDO during this time. Some players and smaller creators that typically enjoy a fantasy-based RPG genre will notice other products Pearl Abyss has to offer. Over time, word will get out CDO has an older brother per se, BDO. We are currently pushing Q1, 2025, still in the holiday season of 2024 during the making of this video. If the state of BDO does not turn around soon, between the heavy stigma of pay to win, the dying PvP community, and insufferable unoptimization from some of the most exciting large-scale content has to offer, will likely scare away any opportunity in gaining a healthy flow of new players into the player base. Listen, Carl Abyss, your window is open. It is closing rapidly. Our game carries far too much stigma to gain the genuine success it deserves. It is up to you now to make the necessary changes we've all been asking and pleading for. Not later, not after the launch of Crimson Desert Online. Your time is now, not just for the current player base, but for the coming future generations these two titles will foster into one another. It's time to lock in, motherfuckers. With that said, I noticed some upcoming changes and the possible directions y'all could take with them. Here's a word from our sponsors.
Like, we have actual flying mounts in the game now. This is the future of mounts and BDOs, straight up. This is what the game is going to be like. That's what the next iteration of mounts will be in this game. I guarantee you that T11 horse, or whatever, is going to be just literally T11 mounts are going to be dragons and, like, really sick things like that. You think they're going to add flying mounts? Oh, yeah, I think they're definitely going to do that.
I think we're going to be very happy, you and I.
I think that the next iteration of mounts in the game will be just a myriad of just flying, permanently flying, or potentially very terraneous dragons where you can just travel in a straight line and they ignore obstacles. Like right now, you need to dodge around rocks and hills can be a problem, but imagine they made a mount that was like a dragon. Imagine, you know the Sakrakia boss? Imagine that you had a mount that's like one of those dragons. I feel like the next iteration of T11 mounts is the easiest beeline mounts you can think of. It's like, hey, I want to go from Velia to Grana. You just fly in the air in a straight line. Like, I feel like there's just direct line mounts, like pure freedom of travel mounts is what dragons is going to be in what I think is going to happen. I think that'd be kind of cool. Think of the amount of flying mounts that can possibly exist in this game. Pet dragons. Dragons, guard dragons, terror dragons. I think we've ran out of flying shit. Yeah, grip dragons, like big, yeah, hard dragons, like bird-related dragons. Like, I guess we have a lot of different bird-related dragons. Maybe what they need to do is they need to add like T11 dragons